Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Rage, and we are back today once again with the Shadow King Trials and how I was able to fully complete the event. I want to walk you guys through my teams, especially if any of them have been updated. But to be honest, guys, this event only came back just a couple of months ago in January. So to be honest, not much has changed. But I'll quickly recap for you guys, and as well, if you want to see the actual gameplay of the nodes going through the full on playthrough, I'll link that all below, guys. I made the videos on that before, so it didn't really make sense for me to re-record, but there's a couple ways you can do this, guys. Remember, if you already completed this event, then yeah, you should know the drill already. It's easy to get all the way to milestone 15 if you complete all 10 nodes. Conversely, you can also actually activate more packs and just complete 9 nodes as well. I like to pause right here because I can show you then now all the different attempts that I utilize, so that way you can see which teams, what upgrades I had before you finish off the last and final node here. Okay, so let's get started. Let me show you what packs I use. And again, this is difficulty 15. Difficulty 15 is going to be the only way that you can actually get through all the points here available. Having said that, if you just want to unlock Shadow King himself, you actually can do that. I believe at difficulty 10, difficulty 8 or difficulty 10. It doesn't need to be that high. You just need to hit that thirst threshold here. Let me see. This milestone 8 mark. So that leads me to believe that it is in fact difficulty 8 if I'm going by the milestones here. Okay, so packs. What matters? Well, to be honest, not much matters actually if you're just going through and trying to do all the milestones like myself. So these are the 3 I have activated. You don't need a lot in order to be fully effective. As you can see here, we have Villainous Momentum, which is when a hero character when a character defeats a hero character to gain 20% speed bar. I find this is helpful just to kind of speed it up in terms of some of the nodes. Our Unite Entertain, which essentially allows all arena characters, in this case Astral, to gain their active ability bonuses. And then lastly, the Fortune and Fire, which is Cosmic Crucible, allowing characters or teams in Crucible to actually gain their benefits as well. And more notably, it's Illuminati that's going to be able to benefit from this the most. Okay, so that, yeah, like I said, not too much going on there. Difficulty 15. So let's start with the first node here. So first node, very, very important, guys. You can do a few things, right? This is for me more of an auto team, but there is a rhyme and there's a logic to what I'm doing here. First of all, this team can easily blow past this node, no issues whatsoever. But if you want to prep a team, if you want to get some abilities ready, this is the node to do it. I do play it auto, but the one thing I do watch for is my Nightcrawler. Make sure your Nightcrawler has his ultimate by the time that this first node is completed, because you're going to be needing this later on when you bring him in the brawler section. Reason being is because we're up against a lot of Sentinels, and having that ultimate flip later on, I'll bring that back up, is going to be absolutely monumental for that node playthrough, and you'll see it in my gameplay as well. Everything down in the description below with the actual node playthrough. So easy, straightforward. Make sure Nightcrawler has ultimate. Otherwise, you can use whoever you want. Just make sure he's kind of included in that mix there. Node 2. You don't really have a choice. I mean, you have to basically use the Illuminati. This is a team where it works for myself. You can also get this done with Iron Man as well. You don't necessarily need the same 5 combination, but as you can see here, what I want to point out is that most of my characters are gear tier 19. It makes it easier. In this case, I think Captain Britain, obviously, with Hank Pym and having Black Panther Shuri, they're definitely the 3 most important. But yeah, Iron Man does also increase the output here as well. So just food for thought. Up to you guys. It can be done with the other teams. But remember, you want all these characters to be okay by the time this node is done, because you may need to bring them back in for the last and final node if that's what you're choosing to do, right? If you want to do all nodes, make sure that they're in a good place because you may actually need them for the last node up against Odin. Node 3. Global villains, super easy, not much to say here. Bringing Cabal plus 2 villains, they're gonna blow past this. The Cabal team is more than powerful enough, and as you can see, we have powerful character additions like Agatha Harkness and Lady Deathstrike. They're gonna blow past this, no problems, no issues. Okay, node 4. So this is the one I was referring to earlier. We made sure in node 1 that we prepped the Nightcrawler ultimate. Well, guess what? Now you can use it here from the get-go. And then we brought in some of the best brawler non-mythic characters. So most of us should have Thanos Endgame already built up for arena meta. Val, I previously brought into Dark Dimension 7 and 8, so I mean, it just made sense to already have a character that I was invested in. Black Cat, most of us should have her built up if you haven't already, but to be honest, you don't really need her. This is just the best brawlers that I had, right? There's a lot of strong options here, but these are the ones that kind of got through for myself. Keep in mind, too, you can also use some other characters. I think Namor is also a brawler, not mythic as well. So there's quite a few options here, and some of the newer characters, too. But this is what worked for myself. No issues. So as long as you have Nightcrawler and his ultimate, obviously, from the get-go. Okay, Note 5. Okay, this one was interesting. So in the past, I can one-shot this with Mercs for Money, but I found it was just easier to throw in a stack team. So for me, you do have the option of undying characters here, so you or other mercenaries. So just throw in someone like, as you can see, my undying team is nothing. They're not really built up at all. I haven't invested in them for war, so I just threw them in to waste some abilities, and then Mercs for Money does do better. And as you can see there, really the only one you need to be investing in is Old Man Logan. Everybody else can stay at gear tier 18 and get the job done there, even at the highest difficulty 15 here. So no issues there. I find it does take a little bit RNG sometimes with the way that some of the matches kind of reset. And then yeah, you don't really have a choice here, Annihilators. But yeah, what I want to point out is obviously you have those big three being Gore, Thanos Endgame, and Gladiator being invested in, and you can see here it's kind of funny. So my Ultimus is gear tier 18, but yeah, my Silver Surfer is only 17, so you don't necessarily need to invest in the other two as crazily. But yeah, they can get the job done for sure. But remember, if you're planning to do this last node, you may also need Annihilators in a healthy place. So just keep that in mind if you're doing that, or unless you're doing some sort of hybrid team. Mission 7, Global Villains again. These Global Villain nodes are just a joke. Then no issues whatsoever. Bring in Cabal plus 2 villains. You won't have issues there. Okay, node 8. So this one was interesting too. I think, yeah, these Brawler nodes are very, very unpredictable. Sometimes I can one-shot them, and then other times, like if I'm finding I'm just annoyed with the node, I just throw in some guys that soak some ability. So that's what I did. I threw in some random straggler characters, Medusa, Guardian, as you can see, Ancient One, so forth, and they just took some abilities off. And then we brought in our stronger A team here in terms of the brawlers. But yeah, the nice thing about this one is don't worry about any characters not surviving, because this is the last time you'll need them. And then last but not least, we have the Mercenary and Dying team. This one's a walk in the park. You just auto with Mercenaries. So there you guys have it, guys. That's how I was able to get through all the way here. And then once I do the last node here with my 2 teams, we're in a good spot to actually get all the rewards here. So hopefully this is helpful, guys. This is the most update. Let me know what you think in comments below. Thank you for your time as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.